When we first came here, we met with Alex and Joel, the homeowners, and we saw open concept, not much change to what we did, but dark, much darker. Dark floors, dark staircase, an island in the middle of the kitchen, dark cabinets.
And some dated finishes. I mean, there's really tall ceilings in here, and they weren't making use of that ceiling height. The other thing is, there was very uneven pot lighting in here.
I feel like they had 20 in this room, 20 in their family room, maybe 3 in the kitchen. So completely opposite of how you would normally set it up.
The stairs were in really good condition still, because we're not dealing with a 100-year-old house, but all the finishes and some of the design choices were really of that time, maybe in the early 90s, I would say. We've renovated the entire main floor. For these folks, we really wanted to give them lots of storage and encourage them to embrace some custom millwork to make the most of their main floor. And that's the case here in the entryway millwork.
We laid some tiles so that the floors are protected from salt and dirt and snow. We opened up the closet and set back some millwork so that we could take advantage of the ceiling height and also add a little bench. So we have storage above, we have a coat closet at the side, and we have some drawers below.
And then as well, a few hooks on the wall. If you see the before image, you'll see everything kind of exploding off of that one wall, and it's kind of judicious. Like, you can have your current jacket or current backpack maybe on a hook. The dining banquette, I love textiles, and everything being built in just creates flow and uniformity throughout the space. It's very user-friendly. This is a family home with a dog, so the seat of our banquette is faux leather, so easy to clean, easy to wipe. We really love this space, and it's not just for eating meals. It's a place for the kids to do homework. We have integrated a lot of USB outlets everywhere for people to charge their phones and plug in their computers, and we've put all of that electrical in discrete places, knowing that that table is going to be a real hub for the family.
Our focus on the redesign was making sure it was a layout that functioned really well for their family. The kitchen was definitely one of the focal points. They opted to go with a peninsula with stools to have a bit of a breakfast bar and open up that space so that several people can be in there at once and they have different spaces to work and cook and eat.
I love an island, and there's a time and a place for them, but every client is unique, every home is unique. These guys have not only 2 growing boys, but also a largish dog, I would say. For them, the priority was having some open space, and really the layout hasn't changed dramatically in terms of the kitchen, but they do have way more storage because every inch is being used. Taking cabinetry all the way up to the ceiling makes sense for a lot of people. Put your less frequently used items up high. We used Boothby Gray to kind of pop. It's a very soft bluey gray, and then we've combined that with White Dove for the uppers, and then we've mixed in a complementary white oak veneer for some of the cabinetry little boxes we have in the kitchen that ties in with the flooring we selected for these guys.
The countertops are handstone. They're ultimately light, but they have a little pattern, not too much. And then we paired that with the rice tile from Siad. But what we did is we laid it out in a herringbone pattern, which gives it just another little bit of interest. The interior of the fireplace is also a herringbone pattern. So again, just repeating a pattern throughout the space.
We are so excited when people can really reduce their clutter because there's a place for everything, and that makes a huge difference just in terms of how the space feels.
One of the other spaces we took advantage of was the top of the stairs. We had a little bit more depth there, so we added a cabinet. Half of that cabinet is for broom, stick vacuum, and the other half is some pullouts on top, but actually a larger pullout for Emma's dog food. Actually, when we came here at first, I think her dog food was sitting in the powder room. So it was just tucked aside.
It's a really big bag
it's
of dog
a big bag.
food.
These dogs are big. So we actually found a drawer for that. So it pulls out, the dog food bag can go right in there and works perfectly.
One of the big things we've done in this space is take that corner fireplace and straighten out this whole family room, along with reducing the pot lighting. So they've got a much bigger sectional now than previously, and we've moved the fireplace to the side.
It's still required to be vented out of the back of the house, so we needed to have a bulkhead on the top right side. For symmetry, we matched it to the top left, so it creates a nice visual. We were able to put the TV above the fireplace with a shallow mantle because we used a heat shift system that came with the fireplace, so that actually some of the heat is dispersed out and through the side through a couple of vents, as well as through the front of the fireplace. And then we have millwork flanking on either side with shelving above, so it's just a nice visual altogether.
This was a project where we had to splurge and save, and we really worked with our clients to help them spend the money on the important things that are messier, that you want a contractor for, and maybe saying some of the furnishings, we'll find something really affordable and you can always upgrade that down the line. So we have a large sectional that's really comfortable for their growing kids. Now, they're gonna have teenagers. The sectional wasn't a huge investment, but you know what? This room can be updated as they move through life.
One of our big saves was the staircase. Obviously a new staircase, including new treads and spindles and railing, that can get quite costly. So we opted to paint the stairs in Benjamin Moore wrought iron, and we added a runner. And it gave it a whole new look, complete refresh, and we think it looks really great.
This floor was also a bit of a splurge, but definitely worth it. It's Serenity white oak from Lausanne. Because we painted the stairs, we could do the entire main floor and not worry about trying to match wood tones. It really 9 times out of 10 makes more sense to replace hardwood than refinish it. And we're really glad that our clients made this choice, and it sets the tone from the moment you walk in the front door.
Often when they cut countertops, there could be additional material left over. So because we also did a custom vanity in the powder room, we asked our fabricator if they had enough to create the countertop as well as the backsplash, and they did. And it ended up coming in a little under the budget we had just for a simple white quartz. So it's still a similar look, but also a nicer product, a little bit more interest, cost effective, and created less waste in the end.
Again, we wanted to bring in a little bit of color that's easy to live with. We love this patterned porcelain floor tile, and then we pulled that darker blue-gray for the vanity, which is Flint, Benjamin Moore.
I think they love it, which is always really nice to hear. They really feel like it's a brand new space. The kitchen functions so much better for them. They have so much more storage. Emma the dog has a spot in front of the fireplace.
Now they're enjoying their home and they don't feel like they have to move or sell or buy.
I think people fall in love with their neighborhood and their community and the schools their kids go to, so it's really nice when we can have them stay in that space that they love, that community they love, and create, a home space that feels good to them.